Welcome to today's episode of the Emberhart podcast, where we explore the journey of building strong, resilient character and empowering girls and young women to discover their unique identity, pursue their passions, and live their most courageous lives. This is episode 36 of season 2. Here we go. On wholehearted living, choosing imperfection over shame. Dear Amelia Emberhart, I have been sitting with ideas from The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, and they keep circling back to the one truth that feels both simple and radical. Understanding ourselves matters, but loving ourselves matters more. Because we cannot give our children or anyone we care about what we do not have. Where we are on the journey of living and loving wholeheartedly is a much stronger indicator of parenting success than anything we can learn from how-to books. Wholehearted living is made of worthiness, rest, play, trust, love, hope, and gratitude. But am I actually living the complete opposite of that? Perfection, numbing, certainty, fitting in, scarcity. Wholehearted living, a quiet rebellion. Wholehearted living begins with worthiness. Not, I will be worthy when. Not, if I fix this first. Just, I am enough, as is. It is engaging with life from that place, practicing courage, compassion, and connection in ordinary moments. Not dramatic heroism, but the everyday bravery of telling the truth about who we are and what we want. Of risking disappointment instead of shrinking our joy in advance. Playing small does not actually protect us from pain. It only guarantees that we experience less wonder when good things arrive. And when that restless pull appears, the one that whispers to live the life we want rather than the one we were assigned, it is rarely subtle. Maybe it is a midlife crisis, being rejected or ignored somewhere, or the simple feeling of emptiness. The universe is not short on wake-up calls. We are simply very skilled at hitting snooze. Wholeheartedness often looks like letting go of what people might think, of pleasing and performing, of perfection as protection, of certainty as comfort. It asks us to set boundaries and make the conscious choice to believe, even when belief requires digging deeper than we thought possible. Courage, compassion, connection. Courage is vulnerability in motion, but wholeheartedness especially requires ordinary courage. To speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. Heroics, as putting our lives on the line, is important, but so is ordinary courage, as in putting our vulnerability on the line. It is allowing joy without rehearsing loss, telling the truth about who we are and what we want, being willing to risk disappointment instead of playing down the exciting parts. Playing down does not take the pain away, but it surely minimizes the joy when it happens. Compassion literally means to suffer with, but compassion without boundaries is not compassion, it is self-abandonment. We can accept people and still hold them accountable, kinder but firmer. Clear expectations, follow through, address behaviors without reducing anyone to them. That is how dignity survives conflict. Connection is the energy between people who feel seen, heard, and valued. It flows both ways. If we struggle to receive help without judgment, we quietly attach judgment to giving it as well. An open heart in receiving is what makes giving genuine. Belonging versus fitting in. Fitting in is shape-shifting to secure approval. It is about assessing a situation and becoming who we need to be accepted. Belonging is showing up unchanged. Belonging asks for authenticity, not performance. Belonging does not require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are. Belonging is the innate human desire to be part of something larger than us, because it happens only when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, and our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. Love lives with belonging, where we stop negotiating our worth. What gets in the way? We all have shame. It is a primitive human emotion. The less we talk about shame, the more control it has over our lives. Shame is the opposite of owning my story and feeling worthy. It is the intensely painful experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love, belonging, and connection. Shame resilience is the ability to recognize shame and move through it constructively while maintaining worthiness and authenticity. People with high levels of shame resilience understand shame and recognize which messages and expectations trigger it for them. They can critically reality check signals indicating that being imperfect means being inadequate. Shame is a full contact emotion. We have to understand our physical shame symptoms. This way, we can be deliberate in our response to shame. Sometimes wholehearted living is less a mindset and more a decision repeated daily. When drifting toward perfectionism, or the need to fit in, remember that you, Amelia, are worthy now. Take command and show us the path. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Your time is valuable and I truly appreciate you being here. If you want to know more, please join us on Facebook at facebook.com/Emberhart.co for more updates. Until next time, take care, stay strong.